Yeah, we live in the bum shelter. It's your boy Super Dave. I'm here with the homie Nick Moss. Very inspirational artist. Nick, what inspired you to become an artist? First offhand.
Really, I never really, saw it as like being an artist. I always saw it as like taking a chance to make some music, to do something with my time. Because when I was younger, I started off playing drums when I was 12.
Really? So you cold-blooded on the drums?
I got a little bit still in me, but it's been a while since I really, But when I was 13, I was cold.
That's what it is. When I was 12, I got cold with them Clippers. Me in the game, cutting out. But I feel you on that. How many albums you done put out so far since you started?
On the hip hop side, technically it's been 3 or 4. And then on the gospel side, it's only been 1 so far.
Okay, so you started off hip hop, and now you're at gospel.
Well, actually, before I was initiated, I started gospel. I was, kind of writing little raps and performing in churches with one of my best friends. And, that's when I was staying in Houston. Then when I moved back out here, I kind of got into the whole hip-hop crave, I guess, because of the
vibe that was going on, the environment, a lot of people doing it. It's a lot of artists right now out here in Lake Charles that's trying to do some things in the music business. How much growth do you think you had between the first album and your second album? And what kind of mental status change you may have had into your music? Meaning, how do you think you grew up in your music? At what areas did you think you grew? What do you think the transition was between your first album and your second album?
In hip hop?
In hip hop.
My first one, it was pretty much just it was in my mindset that to just let people know that I could rap. That's pretty much where I started. Once somebody noticed that I could rap, I figured let's let everybody know that I can rap. So, and then once I, got to my second one, pretty much was the same thing, but I was a little bit more established. I feel like I always, once I was labeled that I was set apart from other rappers, I kind of took that in my mind and I took it a step higher with the way I bring my lyrics.
So you created your own lane.
I pretty much created a Nick Moss.
Yeah,
and I lived the Nick Moss, but I created a whole Nick Moss for people to see.
Yeah, that's cool. Split personality. Just told him about it. One of my favorite albums was a No Free Time. I keep that in rotation. The song Dreams. It's a very inspiring song. Tell me something about Late.
Late was, I'm not gonna say I wasn't happy with Late, but I feel like Late wasn't the Nick Moss that I showed in the beginning.
Nick Moss was gangsta on Late.
Late kind of, I guess, cause I was, hanging around a lot of
the environment was
kind of pushed Late. And it pushed it to be put together in the way I had lived that few time instead of being put together from all of Nick Moss.
So that was a Nick Moss in a phase of going through it and
Late wasn't my best, but it had some of my best lyrics and stuff, but it wasn't my best to be put out.
Yeah. Tracks was banging. Lyrics were there. But the mental status, the mind state was kind of altered by the environment. So, still classic though, you gotta have it in place. And now we Born Again.
Born Again is like, if I could explain Born Again, I would just say it's prayers. Like, to be born again, you know, a lot of people know the meaning of being born again. So I took that meaning And then I took being born again. When you born again, you gotta, you know, talk to God more. And the only way, you know, not the only way, but the most popular way to talk to God is by praying. So I took being forgiven and being born again and put it all into prayers. And then I went along from there and I made it into songs.
Let me tell y'all something about that. The content that you rap about, it inspires people. So if you rapping about busting it open and dropping dollars and all of that, you inspire people to do that. If your lyrical content was to uplift people or to bring about a change, that's what we should be doing with our music. In most senses, people use music to market products. You know, you create a nice beat, you create a nice jingle, you selling products. So what you doing is selling prayers.
I'm pretty much selling hope.
Change. Love.
Hope, yeah, all of that.
I feel it. Y'all feel it? Y'all should be feeling that right. You should be trembling right now because I'm with a Super Saiyan right here. I'm a Super Saiyan. He's a Super Saiyan. Man, I don't know if it's enough space.
I mean, like in each song, I feel like I can like give you a prayer of something that you're going through. You may not even know it, but when I established myself as a rapper, I put myself as giving you a reason to feel like you've been through something that you don't have to go through. And that pretty much, I took that along with me when I, you know, started doing the gospel music now. And it pretty much all fit together now. Like, I just want somebody to know, even if it's not gospel, like when I speak to Benet, you know, B-Bum, and we have our little one-on-one talk, he always tells me that it's not really the genre that people should want to focus on, it's the message.
Exactly.
Like, if music never had a genre, I feel like I would be okay.
Yeah.
Because I never really put myself in any genre. Like, when I would go and upload my music online, and they would be like, or when I put it on my iTunes, and they would be like, or if I'm mixing it down on, you know, a studio session, and they'd be like, genre, I always leave it blank.
Because it's no genre for that.
Yeah, it's not just because, you know, I just want to pass it up and get it out, and, but I just leave the genre blank because it's just the message that I'm trying to put out.
There should be a new genre. You got hip hop, you got jazz, it should be change music or something. Moral ethnics or something. But they don't want that. But we're gonna give it to you. How much it costs for a CD right now? A Born Again?
Man, let me tell you something. Like, my music, I never really been into selling my music. Like, when I was, when Terry was managing me, shout out to Terry, whatever. But when he was managing me, it was always about, you know, getting my music out so people could hear me. And then he kind of put me into the, man, sell your music, it's good, you know, people should want to buy it. But I never been the type to, you know, just want to go out and sell my music. I just wanted to, you know, give it. Like, I would give out 1 million records before I even sell one, because I don't have much to offer to people, even though, you know, some people might feel different, but right now I don't have much to offer but my music.
Let me tell you something. You may think that's not much to offer, but for the people that's going through certain situations that can easily relate, sometimes you're in an environment where you don't understand that people in another environment dealing with the situations you're speaking of at the time, and it could be uplifting for them. They could pass by, somebody could pass by with a couple words, come out of the car. Somebody not even from that city passing through a city, and somebody with their window open might hear the message and be like, I'm making a change right here.
See, I see it as, like, as medicine almost.
Man,
people hate to pay for medicine because you need it so much. You just want to do whatever you have to do to, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people walk into a store and they be like, man, this medicine high, but I need this.
Yep.
So I want my music to be that medicine that you can walk into a store and just get and not have to worry about how much you have to take from yourself to, you know, to be able to get there.
You know, with the idea of you putting your music out as medicine, it could actually rehabilitate some people. And, you know, some people are living through so much hardship that it's almost like it's an addiction to people to be not poor, but of a you know, of a thrown off mind state to where they give up hope, they give up their dreams. And you know, I try to tell people, you know, live your dreams. You know, there's always something to live for. But as long as you're putting out inspiring music, man, you know, that's great. You're gonna get your blessings out here.
Yeah, see, like, when I first started doing music, I know for sure, like, I never wanted to inspire nobody. I always had that mindset to be like, man, I can rap. Let me put something out so people could, you know, feel what I'm doing. But I would never tell that to nobody. I feel like, to myself, I'm the most humblest person ever. And I never talk about myself like, man, you know, I might joke around with people and be like, man, I'm cold, I'm this. But when somebody come up to me and be like, man, Nick, you like real cold, and I'll be like, thank you. Thank you. But to myself, I'm not thanking myself for being cold. I'm just being thankful that I have that gift that I could provide a prayer to somebody. You know, I want to be able to reach people like Wi-Fi, kind of.
Wireless.
Like, I don't know if how Wi-Fi works or if it know who is reaching when it's reaching it. That's what I want to be like. I want to know who I'm reaching.
A hotspot?
Yeah, I want to be able to
be Wi-Fi.
I want to be able to know who I'm reaching and how I'm reaching them, and you know how low I can reach them, how strong I can reach them.
You wish you could touch everybody that hear the music.
Yeah, like. And
the ones you can't touch, they're gonna hear the music and be touched.
When I get the fans or whatever, like, I never look at people as fans. I make sure I can try to make them as family, like.
Yeah.
Because family really, if family loves something you're doing, then they behind you 100. So if a fan loves something I'm doing, that's like family, because they behind me 100.
Hey, I tell you what, same thing with my clients at the barbershop, man. I gotta treat them like family because they help me to keep going. I see these people, touch these people, I feel you on that.
So it's like pretty much Born Again pretty much set me. I look at myself as full gospel. Born Again set me to the side, not just in my own lane.
So the genre is gospel now.
Yeah.
You sure the genre is gospel, or is it still Nick Moss?
It's fully gospel. Like I've been through the phase where I want to be about the message, but at the same time I don't want to just be everywhere about the message. I want to put that prayer to somebody to where they can be in the streets listening to it, but when they think of that prayer, when they think of it listening to it in the streets, they think of being in church. I want to be able to bring as many people as I can to my music.
You know how hard it is to get people to go to church and to really get involved in a church type lifestyle when they're living in environments where church idea is not present.
And that's what I want to do with my music. I want to make my music the church.
That's like, what you do.
I want them to be able to hear me and not even have to go to church, but to feel like this music is church, like, and not just feeling like, you know, it's gospel music. Niggas just want to rap about Jesus, rap about this, rap about what we shouldn't do in Christ. If you listen to my music, it's never nothing about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. It's just pray. Like, it's how you pray to God, how you talk to God. And I'll try to like go as wide as I can of how people talk to God, or as far as I can out to reach so many people. Stop.
Not yet.
As far as I can to reach so many people just by speaking prayers, not just saying you need to go to church, the devil gonna do this, you can do that. Just I want you to find your way in my prayers, which is my music. And Terry Love, and
Terry Love, Tata.
Really, Terry and Chino like been behind me like 100 and
shout out to Terry Love and Chino.
130%. Like, they really pushed me a lot.
Man, people don't understand how hard Chino hustle, man. Chino do that music thing hard, bro. And hey, yeah.
So it's like, I feel like when it came to understanding, that's why I chose you to, you know, sit and talk with me about this. And then when it comes to understanding this, either you or, you know, Don Ron or Benet or B Bummer, I feel like really can understand my messages, because you as a, you know, long-time supporter, Ron as somebody that, you know, I'm close to day to day, and then Benet, he behind the music, so he knows my message as I'm putting it out.
And B Bummer can feel it. He just so cold on the. Yeah, I need them tracks from B Bummer. Super Dave from Who's Next. Nick Moss
from everywhere.
Praying for y'all. We out, man. Born Again. Get you a copy. Get you 2 copies. Get you 3 copies. Get one for your mama. One for Sundays. One for the slab. One for the family reunion. That's where you are, never too far, just a prayer away, just a prayer.